Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I invite everyone to just relax as we prepare for our centering meditation. Please allow your minds to relax and be still for the next few minutes. Let's all take a nice deep breath in through the nose, breathing to the mouth, breathing out to the mouth. And as you breathe out, you may gently close or lower your eyes, whichever you prefer, allowing the breath to return to its natural rhythm. Today, I'm seeing and experiencing the divine pattern at the center of my own being, affirming its reality, permitting its essence to flow through me, claiming it as my very own, embracing it with my arms enveloped tightly, immersed in its beauty, sensing its harmony, accepting peace, silently saying, I am calm, this calmness, do not linger on the snapshot of your imagination, nor the song you would hear, but rather an image you realize though you close your eyes, and a song you hear though you shut your ears. It's not the sap within the furrowed bark, nor a wing attached to a claw, but rather a garden forever in bloom, and a flock of angels forever in flight. One by one, the body centers become activated. You are becoming more stable, more flexible, more attuned. As the emotions become tamed and mind grows quiet, a whole new life begins to emerge. One part of the self no longer fights with the other, becoming balanced and whole. There is harmony, gradually unfolding toward wholeness. In the end, flowers as joy. The great gift of human life is the chance to explore through your emotion, feeling, thought, sensation, activity, dream, and stillness. Sink into your body, journey into its depth. Just as there is a universe outside of us that reaches beyond the stars, so is there a universe within that is even more vast and unfathomable. As the body, mind, and emotions become more integrated, our true self begins to emerge. Realize that we are not separate and apart from the world. We are actually one with it. Like the stones, stars, and oceans, you and I are patterns of energy, composed of unifying essence that permeates all things. Today, we resurrect ourselves again and again. Dreams rise and fall and rise again, only to fall. We let them die that they may be born anew in a finer form. Always after loss, there is a perfect interlude that will allow a regeneration to occur. When the dark night is past, unexpectedly, yet right on time, the light returns. And we are resurrected, reborn, renewed. Allow for the cycles for the renewal. We have but to be still, listen and hear. Spring always returns. I would like to invite everyone to slowly come back into the room. Let's all take another deep breath in. Slowly, slowly breathing out. Namaste.
Good morning. Good morning. We're so grateful to be here with you today. Thank you.
That's hot. You want it here? There was a time. Oh no. There was a time.
There was a time in my life thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was here at hand. So now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day. You gotta let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. Yeah, come on everybody, let's get some energy going out there. You can turn John down a little bit.
Turn me up.
I release and I let go. The spirit of my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free as the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release. Let's get those hands. Let go. Let the spirit run my life. My heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
I think we can be proud. What do you think? You can be proud of that? Oh, I'm sorry. We got one more. See, I told you I'd forget.
You're gonna do our opening prayer.
We'll do the opening prayer.
You can, huh? No, you can do, you want to do the prayer first, or you want to do the song?
So good morning again. As we continue this prayer, yes, I'm only here for God. Yes. So as I recognize this living presence, this living spirit that is in me, through me, and as me, I know this is to be true, and true to all that hears my voice. Knowing today is my day. Today is my God day. Today is my life. Today is the day that I am. I'm knowing that I'm guided, guarded, and supported in all the things that I do. And as I affirm this, I know that God is love, God is joy, God is peace, God is abundance. God is perfect, whole, and complete, and harmony, harmonizing within me, through me, and as me. And as I breathe this out, I know that I am love, that I am peace, and that I am joy. So I'm grateful knowing this truth. I'm grateful that I'm supported, guided, and protected. I'm grateful for the center, for the love and the power and the energy that it brings out to everyone. Yes, yes. Grateful to our ministers, Reverend Stacy, Reverend Cheryl, to our ministry of prayer. I'm grateful for the sound that's being provided by Michelle and John today, and of course to our dear Patty and Dave, who are not here, but I'm sure you're listening and watching us, because I feel your energy here and the music. Thank you, Yvonne, for streaming us and delivering this beautiful message. Thank you, Aiden, and to all our volunteers. And most of all, thank you to each and everyone who are here present and are watching us on social media. So in faith and in trust and with a heart full of gratitude, I'm releasing my word to the law of love and divine action, knowing this prayer is already done. And together we say, and so it is.
Repeat after me. Something wonderful, is happening to me. When?
Right now.
Right now. Here we go. All right. So we don't have our drummer Austin here yet with us, so we need you to help us out. Give us a little clappy, clap, clap. Oh.
Right. This is what we call jamming.
Play with your hands. I like it. All right, here we go. Wonderful. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Where you feel it? I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart. And it won't let go. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, yeah, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. All this love inside, and every something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Let's feel it one more time. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart. And it won't let go. Wonderful, something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now.
It's happening.
Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, just like that.
How about Sai just jumping up and taking over? I love it.
My
Big
goodness.
one.
Michelle, well done, John. Dr. Sai.
Right on.
All right, you just came.
So cool. He just appeared.
He just appeared. scared. While you're standing, if it's comfort for you, please say with me, God bless America and the rest of the world. And just turn and say good morning to one of your neighbors. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
You know you just got yourself a job, right?
Hello, good morning. Okay, have a seat. Who's here for the first time? Hi. How'd you hear about us? Ellen. Hi, Ellen.
Hi, Ellen. Good to see you.
Thank you for being here. The ushers have a gift for you. Thank you. All right. So the rest of us kind of know each other a little bit, huh? Oh, that's nice. I love it. I love it. You all get your little Valentine card. You are amazing. I know I'm a crafty, hokey person here. It's okay. As Reverend Stacy would say. But anyway, I have fun doing that. Today is a good day. Today is day 13 of Season for Nonviolence. And the word is creativity. The worst thing you can do to a human soul is to suppress its natural desire to create. Identify at least 5 ways, this is for you all to do. You don't have to do it right now, but sometime today, before the Super Bowl game. At least 5 ways in which you express your creativity every day, as Cy ran up here to get on the drums. Today, allow something unpredictable and joyous to be expressed through you.
Right.
Ooh, I know, I love that. The first one to raise their, it says fist, is the one who has run out of ideas. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. I think Reverend Stacy, she has a football in
I
her
do.
hand.
Who can catch?
Oh yeah, he might be.
Okay. There you go. That's a very good throw. Hi, Andrew. Today is the day. You can throw it back. I can catch it.
Hey, get out of the way.
So today is Super Bowl Sunday, right?
Yes, it is.
And I was going to call it the Day of the Brothers. The Day of the Brothers, because Brothers Kelsey from Philadelphia Eagles and from the Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs, they are playing against one another.
Right.
And for the first time in history, we have 2 black quarterbacks that are playing. Right? That's exciting. And then we have my brother Cy over here, of course, my brother John.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the Day of the Brothers, right?
Yeah.
So,
Your brother caught the football.
my brother caught the football, my brother Caden, my brother Clem, my brother Julius, all of you are my brothers.
Oh, Clem can catch it.
So it is Julius, Rick, all of you are my brothers. And so it is the Day of the Brothers. So let's celebrate this day, knowing that it is a good, great, and grand day, that we're also celebrating this idea of creativity. We have no Patty and Dave, but we have the wonderful and beautiful Michelle and John.
Awesome.
And so we had lemons yesterday, today we have lemonade.
Yeah.
Right? So we might spike it a little bit when the football game starts. We won't do that beforehand. I might have had I known that we...
She's not kidding.
I'm just kidding. But enjoy today. It's also Valentine's Day weekend.
Yeah.
So it's go out and express love.
Yeah.
Be the love.
Because you're amazing.
You are amazing.
All
We
right.
love you all.
Kitty has some announcements for us.
We're switching it up today. Watch out. You
Watch
don't know
out.
what's coming.
Okay. Well, the first announcement I have is, you see this cute little bag? It's got this little heart on this, it's a wood, but we've got all kinds of painted objects, not all kinds, 6. Only 6 of you can buy these in the gift store. Yeah, because what it's doing, it's going to be a fundraiser for Reverend Cheryl, and Yvonne and I are all judges for the truancy diversion program in the schools, and Reverend Stacy is our family advocate. And we need help, so the fundraiser, these are $20 each, and they're all gonna go to our program. So 6 of you get to do this, 7 including this one, right? 7. So let's hop on over to the bookstore as soon as we get done here. Reverend Daisy, Practitioner Daisy is going to be doing our midweek practitioner Raise Up Inspiration from 6 to 6:45, and it's just so wonderful. If you can hop on Zoom, it's just a wonderful inspirational time for us to all be together, and we do keep it from 6 to 6:45, so you can just know that that's what's happening. And Daisy's going to be doing our talk, which will be on one of the chapters from Living the Science of Mind. So very wonderful. The Healing Words Book Club will be meeting the last Wednesday of the month on the 22nd at 4 p.m., reading the book The 4 Pivots by Sean Ginwright. And if you haven't gotten the book yet, you have time to do that still. I'd like to bring Reverend Stacy up to talk about their Sacred Supper. She's got a Reverend Cheryl and Reverend Stacy have a Sacred Supper, a soul brunch celebration on the 26th. Woo!
Yeah, Cheryl, do you have the sign-up sheet out for it?
Yeah.
So on February 26th, Sunday, I'm not sure what time, but we have a fundraiser at Reverend Cheryl and my house. We are roommates, for those of you that don't know. And it is in celebration of Black History Month. So we thought that we would start off the bidding, I believe, at $25. And we're going to have fried chicken and greens and I don't know what the dessert is that we're going to have. We're going to have black eyed peas, but we're going to do it up. And so if you're interested in participating in that fundraiser, please make sure that you sign up. The other fundraiser that we have coming up, but it's not just yet, so don't call me and say, well, where is it? We have a popcorn fundraiser. And so we will be doing that very, very soon. Within the next week, I want you to look out for it. Call your friends, call your family. Everybody can buy probably a $10 bag of popcorn. So we would love to have everybody participate in that and raise funds for the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. And unity. We're all one family. It all works hand in hand. So please, please support us. Thank you.
Yes.
The class the meditation class that was going to be on Saturday mornings with Reverend Stacy and Reverend Cheryl will now be postponed until the summertime. So we'll take a look at that. Stay tuned for that. Next month we have a guest speaker and a newly published author, our very own Agape minister, Reverend Cynthia Ambridge. And she will be speaking and signing books on the last Sunday, the 26th. So please come out and hear her of March. I would love it if Amy would come up and talk about our other fundraiser while we're on the fundraiser kick.
Good morning. Good morning. I told you last Sunday to save the date. Saturday, not Friday, Saturday, February 25th, we're going to do a virtual wine tasting. It's going to take place at 5:30 p.m. on Zoom on the 25th of this month. So we're opening it up to anybody who wants to join us. The cost is $20, and once you're paid, you're going to get the Zoom link, and we're going to have an amazing time tasting wines. You're going to be in your home. It's going to be so much fun. So please, please, please join us for that on the 25th, 5:30 p.m. Pacific.
All right. We have another fundraiser. We've got a lot of them, don't we? This fundraiser is for Rick and Missy. Missy, why don't you stand up back there so they can see who you are? The fundraiser is going to be at Lone Mountain Park to help them with moving expenses, because they're going to be moving their fifth wheel. And so they need help with that. So what we're going to be doing is they'll be selling raffle tickets. We've got anything you want to bring to the party that we might run a raffle, and any kind of baked goods on that day at Balloon Mountain Park from 9 to 5. And if you've got any questions, just see them back here, and they can tell you more about what they're looking for.
What day is that?
It's on a Saturday. It's the 4th of March. And they'll be there all day from 9 to 5, so you can pop in and help. And they're looking for volunteers too, so please just talk to them and they will tell you what they need. Awesome. Yes. Let's see here. Done that. Okay, then the books on the bookshelf on the white window are all 60% off. And be sure to check the happenings table for the sign-up sheets and everything, and visit our website at www.lasvegascsl.org for a complete list of everything. And remember the bookstore, where we've got all those goodies on sale. I think I've got everything. Did I do everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, have a great day, everybody.
I'm not sure we have anyone in the bookstore today. I didn't see anyone there earlier. But I just want to tell you about, I have a 40-day practice that we did last year. We had such a good time. It was from 7:30 to 8. We usually finish before 8, and we use the 40 Days to Prosperity book. This year we're going to do the Soul Fast, what is it? Mind Fast Soul Feast by Dr. Michael Bethwick, and it will start on the 27th of February and will end on Good Friday. So there's a sign-up sheet for that if you want to join me with that. Thank you. And that's I'm making it 7:25 to 8 because it takes people 5 minutes to settle down for some reason, and I want to start at exactly 7:30. You know, it is Black History Month, aka American History Month. But I know a lot of you have seen this video. However, I just wanted to show you, show it to you again, remind you of some of the things that folks in Science of Mind and in this teaching have done for this teaching. All right.
Here's a little-known Black history science of mind fact. Meet Sarah Flowers, a prolific African-American writer of science of mind books in the 1940s. Flowers was a writer, publisher, metaphysician, frequent speaker, and teacher of the science of mind. She took the major course at the Institute of Religious Science in Los Angeles in 1937 and wrote her first book, Common Sense and Its Application in Everyday Life, in 1941. Other books followed, including The Metaphysical Thesaurus and Metaphysical Dictionary, Should I Pay for Metaphysical Treatment, and Atomic Metaphysics, The Electrical Principle of Man. In Atomic Metaphysics, she writes, in metaphysics, we must then recognize that there is a power that revolves in and around, out and beyond us, at a rate equal to the atomic energy in our material beings. But it's important to note what Sarah Flowers considered her most important work: teaching practitioners metaphysical treatment for all of the problems that confront us today. You might think Science of Mind's inclusive teachings of oneness would be immune to America's history of racial segregation, but that was not the case. Dr. J. Arthur Twine founded Eastside Church of Religious Science in his home in 1932. The congregation quickly grew and became the third church to be ordained and chartered by Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science. It was a thriving multiracial church, but in 1945, Third Church of Religious Science, as it was now called, was moved to the bottom of the church listings in Science of Mind magazine and noted as a colored church. Ernest Holmes found this unacceptable and went to speak to church members. He said, "I have been told that too many non-Caucasians attend these lectures. True, there are Caucasians and non-Caucasians in this congregation, but this we must affirm. We are all children of one living God. one God that permeates all without exception, one intelligence that governs all, and most important, every man and woman who abides in the universe is a significant entity in the one universal consciousness. Our doors will forever be open to all. Whoever you are, be proud. You are a divine idea in the mind of God. The magazine staff immediately corrected this error and returned to listing churches alphabetically. The following year, Dr. Twine made his transition, but the church remains strong today as Third Church Center for Spiritual Living. A number of Dr. Twine's descendants became practitioners, lay leaders, and ministers, including his great-granddaughter, Reverend Stacy Hilton, who currently serves as co-spiritual director of the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. Dr. J. Arthur Twine and Sarah Flowers, Black evolutionaries in science of mind.
All right, we don't have the lyrics of Jay, and we just want to hold Patty and Dave up in health, and we see them healed and back soon.
Absolutely.
And we're happy to be here to back them up. And now we're going to do a song that we wrote. It's called I Came Here to Be. We don't have the lyrics, but some of you know it. So we came here to be spiritual, loving, giving, prosperous, so many things. Here's a few for you. Come on. Come on. I like that, John. I came here to be. I came here to be all of us. I came here to be. I came here to be.
Dr. Sai. It's not what he signed up for, but apparently he did. For those of you that don't know, Dr. Stephen Simon is here with us today, and he is just a victorious, spiritual, playful, radiant light. And he's an amazing, amazing speaker, just an amazing being. So thank you, Dr. Sai, for being with us.
All right, well, grand rising and good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
Let's take a moment to, that was fun. Let's take a moment really quickly to just take a deep breath in. Be grateful for this very moment and go ahead and release that. I want to do a prayer that I found very interesting. It's a Aramaic translation of the Lord's Prayer. And I find it to be so powerful. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desire. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that binds us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the birth, power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. And everyone say, and so it is. Give yourself a hand. Well, I have the awesome opportunity of sharing what an amazing theme this month has been. So far, I've not been able to be here, but I've had eyes here every time. So it's so amazing. I'm glad that the community is growing, and I can feel that the community is growing. How many of you feel that? The community is growing. Energetically, right? Come on, yeah, that's a good place to clap. The energy is growing, the spirit is coming more alive within us, and that should be something that we are definitely excited about. This morning, I have the privilege of sharing about curiosity. Curiosity as my superpower. Can you say that with me? Curiosity is my superpower. And this morning, if I had a subtitle, and y'all know how I do, I like y'all to talk back to me. I'm one of those old school guys. I was raised Pentecostal, so excuse me if the energy raises up in here, right? But I don't like to ever deny the fact that every time we come together, it's a party. I like being alone, but I love being around you guys. All right. If I had a subtitle this morning, you would have to help me say this with me. Say, I am wandering.
I am wandering.
I am also wondering.
I am also wondering.
But I am not lost.
But I am not lost.
I am wandering. I am wondering. But I'm not lost. That is such an amazing thing to think about. When we think about Albert Einstein, he said something. He said, I am not one with amazing talents. He says, I am just finding that I am passionately curious. That's a very powerful thing to understand. A man with such brilliance and intelligence has grounded himself with one word, and that word is curiosity. He realized that curiosity is the navigational system to our passion. Your passion begins to call you. You hear it. It's the beck and call that you feel in the morning time. It's the very thing that wakes you up beside your alarm clock. It's what we call purpose. But outside of that purpose, there are small little pockets of passion, small little pockets of desire. Everybody say desire with me.
Desire.
And And the only way to really get close to that is by curiosity. Why? Why do I say that? Because before you get to anything, you got to go through fears. You got to go through the thoughts of what is behind that wall that I can't see. And most people say the grass is greener on the other side. But what about the times where you really just don't know what is on the other side? And I want to say this, many of us have heard this generation has for a very long time scolded curiosity. They say things like curiosity kills the cat. They say things like curiosity opens up Pandora's box. And many of us begin to have this reservation and refer to rigidity as our place of comfort. Because what's happening is whenever there's something new on the horizon, sometimes the old version of yourself doesn't want to leave way for the new thing to come in. And so this morning, I would like to talk just simply about why curiosity is so powerful. I forgot to put my timer on, so I'm doing it now. You know how I am, so let's make sure that we're not here all day today. It's Super Bowl Sunday. No problem, I got you. Curiosity helps us become better problem solvers. When we're curious, we are more resourceful. We ask more questions. Questions such as, what can I do better? What are the different ways that I can use the information, the present thing that's before me? How can I use this naturally and turn it into innovative ideas? Everybody say that with me. Say innovative ideas.
Innovative ideas.
Curiosity is the way inventions are birthed. Oftentimes someone says, you know what, let me think of a solution to certain things. How many of you invented things and you didn't realize it was an invention until you saw it publicized? How many times has that happened to your mind? And that goes to tell you that inventions don't happen in the garage. The car was not it was only formed in the garage, but the invention of the car happened in the mind. And this is what's happening to us every single day. A thought comes into your perspective, comes into your cranial nerves. It passes the 12 disciplines or 12 disciples of your brain, and it goes through and creates this CS fluid, cerebral spinal fluid, CSF fluid. Sorry, the doctor is going away sometimes. And so the fluid goes into what we call the sacral place. And a lot of us realize that it's like when they say Santa Claus and how Santa Claus comes down the chimney and bringing gift. All of that happens in your brain, in your medulla oblongata. There is a place called the claws where there's oil that creates, and it's called the Christos. Everybody say the Christos. It's that Christ consciousness. It's that great idea that goes into your brain. And you notice it goes down your spinal cord and back up again. And this is why it's beautiful, because all of the stories about Jesus and all the ascended masters all have to do with your body, your physical body. The 33 vertebrae in your back represent the 33 years Jesus was alive. Right? And how many times, and many people don't realize, but Jesus had 12 disciples. So 12 disciples were literally the 12 cranial nerves in our brain. It is happening in our mind every single day. There is a new thought that goes from the bottom of your spinal cord and goes right back up into your brain, telling you, aha, I found the solution. Somebody say that with me. Aha, I found the solution. We're all thriving to have an aha moment. That's what happens. That's why we go around fishing in relationships. We go around fishing in different things in our lives. We notice that every interaction, I want you to say this with me. Say, Spirit, help me see the power in every interaction. The only way to do that is to be curious, is to ask the hard questions. One of the hardest questions that we hate as teachers and as practitioners is why? We don't like that question. Kids love asking that question. You give them an answer and then they go, why? And then you go, shoot, I didn't get that far. Just give me a second. I'm still figuring it out. I might know the answer, but the why is the problem. I was one of those kids in math that did not like when the teacher was like, you got the right answer, but I want to see your work. How many of y'all remember that? In math, you would write down the answer, and then all of a sudden she would go or he would go, yeah, that's good. You got the right answer, but I need to see how you got it. And then sometimes it was even more annoying because you got the right answer, but then the teacher would mark it wrong because the actual question wanted you to use a different formula to get the answer. Y'all not talking to me. Everybody's like, yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, I'm talking about math. Yeah. Some people are like, I can't stand math. I don't like it. Curiosity can also help us overcome fears. Is there a monster in my closet? And is the boogeyman under my bed? We start off as kids with those small questions that actually become explorative measures within us. It becomes an explorative measure because you say, is there really something scary in my closet or under my bed? And by questioning this, you deal with the fears that are underlying in your life. And how many of you know if we take action through the science of the mind and we build momentum and stamina of endurance in our brain, in our focal point, in our attention, we will deal with the monsters in our closet by opening that door and realizing it was no monster at all. It might have been the wind from the fan hitting your hangers and rattling in your closet, but there was no monster. Oh, I'm talking to myself. It got quiet. That's a good place to shout. Yeah, that's good, Si. That's good. That's good. All right? Curiosity helps us develop empathy. Say that with me. I'm developing empathy. The more curious you are, the more you want to learn about other people's culture. You want to learn about other people's ideology. You realize that your perspective is not a vantage point. I want to stay here for just a second because I also want to say that when you're curious, it also unlocks meekness. And meekness is not the same as humility. Humility is, I'm just, one of these guys, like humility is the person that says, I'm not going to do this today, not out of being able to do it, but rather just realizing that someone else might do it better. Meekness is different though. Meekness says, I might be the strongest person in that area, but I'm not going to use this as a vantage point to make yours look small or smaller than mine. Does that make sense? Yes. And how many times in our lives do we realize that people have skills that, for an example, when that moment came up with the drums, I'm like, all right, well, if there's no drummer, shoot, I play drums. I'm going to show up in that moment. But if there was someone else that was here to play the drums, humility or the meekness in me says, I might be able to play better than him, but I'm not. I'm going to enjoy someone else's journey and someone else's gift. And this is why sometimes I love the science of the mind. All of these brilliant people are in one room, but they're listening to one another and enjoying the message coming from various voices and various backgrounds. Oh, isn't that powerful? That's a good place to clap, isn't it? Because that means that it's not like some of y'all can probably teach and preach better than me up here. Right? But yet at the same time, you're listening to this bald guy share this message with you this morning. I feel real good. I feel real blessed. Somebody say, I feel real good and I feel real blessed. Oh yeah, I'm way up. I feel blessed. Yes. And so here's the thing. When we're developing empathy, we must realize that curiosity also engages knowledge. It engages intelligence. Somebody say, I am engaging intelligence. I am engaging intelligence. The more knowledge we have, the more resources we have to help others. This is the beautiful thing about it is, just like Einstein, the man said it himself. He was passionately curious. I'm brilliant, but the thing that keeps me growing and the thing that keeps me developing is the idea that I have not arrived and I want to continuously upgrade what I do know. Here's what I love about Spirit. Spirit will say, I know what you knew in times past, but I'm getting ready to give you a new thought for the present moment. And that's so important because a lot of us have what we knew already down pat, and it sometimes makes things that you know turn into boredom. Mundane boredom. Seriously. Have you ever been in a place where someone's teaching something and everybody else is excited because they never heard it before? And you're sitting there like, man, that was like elementary. That was like, right? And so what happens in that moment is you're not so curious. You're not so excited. The dopamine levels in you decrease because it is not something that is luring your passion. Somebody say, it's not luring my passion. And that's the truth. There's some things that just, everything don't work for everybody. Different strokes for different folks. Come on now. Thank you. I knew I was going to get one amen raw in here. Amen raw. Come on. I love it. Curiosity also leads to, again, meekness. And I've shared that already. But there's also a self-awareness that increases as a result of curiosity. If I were to give you one risk of curiosity, the only risk to curiosity, and if I'm wrong, y'all just say Sai said it. It won't be on you, okay? The only risk to curiosity, if you don't write anything down, I promise you, this is something that you put on your fridge. It is something that is going to unlock the daredevil in you. Did I say it? Oops, yes I did. The daredevil in you, the risk taker. There is only one risk to curiosity, and that one risk is discovery. Only one. That's the only risk to curiosity, is that you might discover something. The issue with that is we don't always know what the something is. Come on, y'all talk to me. How many faith walkers out here? How many of you have been walking by faith for a very long time? How many of you have been walking, believing and speaking the words out of your mouth and knowing that what I announce, I am guaranteed that it's going to come to me. It may not come on Monday, but I'm sure by Wednesday it'll be there. Right? And so you're walking this, and the only thing is you just don't know how it may come. You don't know the packaging that Spirit will bring to you. And a lot of times we're pushing away the solution, and it's right in front of us. How many of y'all have done that before? I know I have. In my job, I realize, and I love this. I love this. Spirit gives us only one job. And I love that. He said the Spirit gives us this one design, is to observe. To observe, and then from that observation, you have one task. Everything you observe, you are called to alchemize. Everything you observe, you are called to transmute. Everything you observe, you are called to navigate. The reason why I love curiosity is because curiosity is not seeking to simply accept things as they are. Curiosity says, I am going to go beyond the surface and find out what is the pillars holding up this projection. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good place to clap. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. What is holding up this projection? What is holding up this moment? What I'm experiencing right now? What is holding up this interaction? And when I say hold up, I don't mean slowing it down. I literally mean what is carrying it. Why is this present? And if you will search those questions out, you will find something, and you might self-discover some things about you, some attributes about you that you didn't even know existed. Some of you didn't even know that you had that much patience until you got married.
Yes. Say that one more time.
I know I got an amen somewhere. I had no idea I was that patient until let me leave that alone, until I realized my spouse, snored. No, there's no amens there. All right, cool. Maybe. All right, cool. So the idea is that you discover more about yourself the more you practice curiosity. It is the imaginative mind that says, is there more to this than I am seeing? How many times have you asked yourself the hard questions? Is this working for me? Yeah. Ooh, That's the real question there. You got to ask yourself that. Problem solving every single day. There is a self-analytic going on within my knowing, within my spirit. There's something that's saying, is this working for me? Curiosity breeds satisfaction. Because the more curious I am about something, and this is what I love about this. I was doing a research a few years ago, and I discovered that not only does dopamine levels increase when you are curious, but the way to retain information is by being excited about its coming. If you're not excited about it, guess what? It's going to be another thing that you have to, oh yeah, I'm going to school today. Oh yeah, I got to take out the trash. It will become another chore. But the curiosity is the Spirit's gift to you. It is a gift to your humanity for you to simply say, I am going to take what's in front of me. I'm going to observe. That's why the title was, I'm wandering, but I am not lost. And you must not ever mistaken those two things. Never mistake that you are actually in a space that it might feel like you're a spiritual nomad this morning. How many of you have ever felt that way? Like you almost feel like that scripture that says the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. You feel within yourself vibrationally that you just don't exist, and you don't see, it seems like you don't fit in the places that you go to. Because something in you is still discovering things about yourself. Come on, let's put it in introspective here. It's not all about what's happening outside of me. It's all about what's happening within me.
Yes. Stop stepping on my toes, man.
Uh-oh, I'm stepping on toes, it looks like. It's a beautiful thing. We're going to take control. I want to speak these final things over you this morning. And before I do, I want to bring this story really quickly to your attention. Quickly. The other day, one of my favorite patients passed away. And it was hard for me because I had went into his home maybe about a year ago. And I remember when they first told me, they were like, you're going to go into this guy. He's a very prominent guy here in Las Vegas for HIPAA violation. I'm not going to say his name and who he is. But a very powerful man, have done so many great things in the community. And they told me, they briefed me on him, and they said, you know, Dr. Sai, you're going to go out there and you just spend time with him in the way he needs. When I got there, the first thing he said to me was, hey, do you believe in that Bible? And I said, well, it depends on how you're asking me. Because I like the Bible. I understand that the Bible is allegorical. He says, great, you don't need to say anymore, we're friends. I said, all right, cool. So every time I went to go and see this man, he would say, hey, Sai, do that thing you do with that Bible. Talk to me a little bit about it, because no one has ever used metaphysical language in the Bible the way you do. He's like, can you do that for me? And I said, what is it doing for you? He said, can I be honest? He said, at my age, I have never been more eager to learn. Could it be that we are called as spiritual beings, multi-dimensional beings, to learn the art of diplomacy in everything that we do? To show up as what is needed rather than what I find to be necessary. Is compassion giving what you have, or is compassion becoming what's needed? Ooh, that's a good place to think. Are you going to become what's needed, or are you going to walk in ego and keep giving what you have? Are you going to take the time? And I'll never forget, this patient said something to me. He said, I know nothing about football or basketball, but every time my grandchildren come, I study for about 2 hours about what's happening, the teams that's coming, and I'm so eager to learn so that I can be relational with my grandchildren. Here's the key. We don't need to always be right. We need to be relational.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's the idea. The more curious you become is the more diplomatic you become. Because then you realize that every time I speak to somebody, I have to become all things to all people so that I might be the very design, the very marvelous light that darkness needed a moment of comprehension to say you don't have to live in that function anymore. You can rise and upgrade to a new thought, to a new life, and to a new being if you so desire. And so, with that being said, right after he passed, the very next day I had a new admit. And it was so hard for me to realize. I'm like, all right, so he passed yesterday. Here I am playing the piano as they're taking the corpse out of the house. And while they're doing that, I look over to the wife and I said, it's going to be all right. Playing the piano and not knowing that curiosity was going to also lead me to a new assignment. I got a text message not too long that says, hey, tomorrow you have a new admin. I'm like, oh, great. Here we go. Nothing's new under the sun. But I go into this new admin, and it is a young girl. And usually with my peds patient, with my children, I don't usually get kids that speak. But this young lady, she does. I got there, a young lady, 17 years old, decides that she's going to give me a run for my money when I get there. I walk in, and she has all the things to say. She walks in, she starts going, and I was just like, what's going on? The curiosity is growing on her. And her mother says, she's never done that before. And I'm like, what's going on? And she has a little tablet. She pulls out her little stylus pen, and this is how she communicates. And then all of a sudden you hear Siri say, I have a crush on you. And literally, I said, oh Lord, my queens are going to be mad at me. I have a crush. Then she starts playing the song, I have a crush on you. And then she starts to ask and engage questions. She says, Dr. Simon, sometimes I get sad. And I said, well, life is like that sometimes, honey. I know it's hard, and I'm ministering to her, speaking to her, and giving life into her. And every time I was done, she goes, why? And I said, and I look up, and I'm like, Spirit, you got something going for me with this young lady. And I want to encourage you at this very moment to know that there is nothing that you have not the stamina and the endurance to go through. You're wandering, but you're not lost. The inner GPS in you already knows where you're headed. Your mind just has to catch up to it. It is our job to constantly feed our minds reminders. Reminding ourselves, I know where I'm going. I may not know every detail. Some of us are so consumed with the details that we forget about the spontaneity of creativity. Sometimes it's at the moment. Sometimes it's when the pressure is on. For an example, I was trying to prepare so much stuff for this today. And Spirit was just like, get up there and just talk. Just be spontaneous. I didn't know that I was going to be spontaneously playing the drums without sticks. I want you to repeat after me. Say, I have more knowledge, as a result of curiosity. I want you to understand that you're uncovering the facts. You are uncovering all of the things that appear to be surface level. But deep down inside, you know there's more. There's more. This is not a Google search. Life is not a Google search. I love Google, don't get me wrong. But life is not a Google search. Because in Google, what we do is sometimes we lean more towards our confirmational bias. We type in something in the search, and the thing that is more like pseudoscience to us. Maybe we heard it somewhere. Maybe in our conditioning we read it somewhere. And because it's pseudoscience to us, or it's regurgitated truth, or maybe it's just something that was given to you in the matrix, we click on what we already know to feel smart, to feel good about the ego. But the essence in you wants to click those things that you did not know was going to pop up on your screen. You can't be afraid of knowledge. You have to understand not everything will resonate with you. But it does not mean it doesn't resonate with someone else. Uh-oh, it's quiet. Repeat after me. Say, I have an active mind. Oh, how many of you know the same way you exercise daily? I hope, I think, not me. The more active your mind is, it's like exercise. You're leaping in a quantum field. You're going ahead by thinking ahead, seeing ahead with your eye. Not your eyes, not duality. Because duality is a trip. But that active mind in you is lurking and seeking to use that muscle to become stronger with continued exercise. And what you're realizing is that now you're making every situation alchemize to your benefit. Repeat after me. Say, I have increased productivity. Don't you know that because you're coming more into that curiosity, that not only is the dopamine increasing in your system, but it's helping you with focus, motivation, and productivity. You're getting more of it the more curious you are. Repeat after me. Say, I'm seeing personal growth. I'm seeing personal growth. Oh yeah, you become a better listener. You become more engaged. You become more empathetic. You become more relational. You become more like you're taking the observation you have and you're literally making it work for you. You're growing personally. How can I benefit from every interaction? I want you to always ask yourself that. When you're in a situation and the doctor gives you news you didn't want to hear, you sit with it. I hear you, doctor. Give me a second. Let me consult myself. Self. How do I benefit from this interaction? By asking that, you will notice that your spirit will carve out a design for you. And you will be able to pull something beneficial out of that situation. Repeat after me. Say, I have a positive outlook. I have a positive outlook. What I love about Science of the Mind is that I am decreasing my levels of anxiety. I'm becoming more happier. I'm becoming more calmer. And just like the Dalai Lama said, he says that everybody's purpose in earth is to be happy. Everybody's purpose is to be not the happy emotional, but to be satisfied. Repeat after me. Say, I am satisfied. Say, I am full of life. I am full of positivity. My last two things I want you to repeat after me I am intelligently learning. I am intelligently learning. How many of you know every single day you're learning? You can learn from a child. You can learn from your friends. You can learn from someone that you never thought. I remember one time I went to give a homeless man money, and literally as I was giving it to him, he taught me something I never knew. Bless you. Thank you. I didn't know if that was a cough or sneeze, but I got you. Both of them. All right. And the last thing I want you to repeat after me, say it with me. Say, I have more opportunities. I have more opportunities. Earth is filled with endless intricacies of shapes and colors. Oh. I honestly was just saying that. Y'all didn't have to. earth is filled with so much intricacies and colors. It has so much different shapes and so much beauty about it. There are endless possibilities, and I don't have to settle for what I see. I can be here, but live in a multi-dimensional way. Some of us daydream so much because we're just in another realm. We're surfing in life. You know how many times I daydream, people like, hey, what are you thinking about? I'm sorry, I left Earth. I'm in a whole different place because there's so much opportunities in my mind. I begin to seek out new opportunities. One of my favorite Bible stories, and I'm done for real this time. One of my favorite Bible stories is David gets to a place in his life where he begins to write metaphysically in Psalms 24. It is one of my favorite Psalms because I like to take the scriptures and flip them around and make Christians' head hurt. I'm just playing. It's a joke, it's a joke, it's a joke, it's a joke. I joke. And so here it is. One day, I looked at this Psalms, and my mom used to always quote it. I remember in prayer. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and they that dwell therein, for he's founded upon the seas and established it upon the floods. Who shall stand in the hill of the Lord, or stand in his most holy place, except he who has clean hand and a pure heart, who has not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. I felt like all of that was boring until one part. And then this part says, lift up ye heads, O ye gates. And be ye lifted up, ye everlasting doors, that the King of glory shall come in. And for me, it never made sense until I started looking at it metaphysically. And I realized that everything in the earth is a vibration that comes from source. Yes. Right? Yes. And so as the vibration leaves source, it comes to the earth to fulfill assignment. When that assignment is accomplished, here's the idea. David is having a future vision of the quote-unquote, here's what I love, the metaphysical rapture of Jesus going up into the air. And as he's going up, David sees this powerful revelation, and he says, wait a second, when he got to the gates as a fulfilled word, he left God as a word. He left God as a vibration. I'm sending my word, and it has to come back to me fulfilled. So as the word or the vibration, remember last time I spoke, and I said that every time sound goes, it comes back. And so it's the same concept. The vibration left source, came on earth, it fulfilled. You are that vibration. You are fulfilling your mission. You are fulfilling your assignment. And like the Christ in all of us, we go back into the heavenly places in our mind. And when that happens, the gates that were there and stubborn and felt like it knew everything ask one question. Who is this King of glory? Who is this king? Who is this person? Who is this vibration who left me as just a word, but now is coming to me in full fruition? Who is this? Do you know that you got guards in your mind that keep asking that question? Who is this? What is this? How do I benefit from this interaction? There are guards in our mind that oftentimes doesn't want the new thought to come in. And it asks the hard question, who is this King of glory? Who is the center for spiritual living? Who is, state your name, who is? I said it so low. Who is? Just me out here too, you know? No one said their name. One more time. I just want to see if everybody knows their name. One more time. Who is this? Olivia. Who is this Olivia? Right? Who is this person that left me as just a mere vibration, but is now coming to me in full power of discovery? Thank you.
May I get some sound? We're going to go straight to the offering. This is our time of giving and receiving. We have an affirmation on the screen. If you're an auto tither and you would love to put an affirmation in the basket, if you raise your hand, the ushers have affirmations they can hand to you, okay? Or an usher, I don't know. Someone does, if you raise your hand. All right. If you would say this affirmation with us as you hold your gift or affirmation in your hand. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forward to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. Thank you, ushers. As I know, each and every gift and each and every tithe comes from the heart. Each and every affirmation that goes into that basket lifts each person that gives it up as it does this center. And for that, I'm so grateful for each and every gift and each and every tithe, as it blesses each and every person and the world. And so it is. So it is.
Sure.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do a song that we had kind of prepared that you guys don't mind, do you? Can we hang for?
Hey, do you just love how comfortable Dr. Sai is within himself?
Oh my God.
That was awesome.
I have no
Thank
idea. Talk about learning something new, being prepared and being open to learning something new, and what can, when you said, what can I get out of this interaction? I want to take that one step further and say, what can we get out of this interaction? And what can I share out of this interaction that involves the two of us, or the three of us, or the 27 of us, or whatever, right?
Right. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm wasting time.
Okay, here we go.
We love you.
Love you too. Coming at you.
Sometimes truth is harder than a lie. The dark seems safer than the light. And everyone has a heart that loves to hide. Sometimes life can be hard and feel blue. We build walls nobody can get through. Yeah, it may be hard, but the best thing we could ever do, just bring your brokenness and I'll bring mine. 'Cause love can heal what hurts inside. Everyone is waiting on the other side. If we're honest, if we're honest, don't pretend to be something that you're not. Living life afraid of being caught. Freedom can be found. Secrets make us feel like something we are not. We are not. Bring your brokenness and I'll bring mine. Love can heal what hurts inside. Mercy's waiting on the other side. If we're honest, honest, that would change our lives. It will make us free. It's just what we need to be. So bring your brokenness and I'll bring mine. 'Cause love can heal what hurts inside. And mercy's waiting on the other side. If we're honest, if we're honest, if we're
All right, so we did things a little differently today. We ran a little over and it's all good. So anyway, thank you, Michelle and John, again. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Yeah, I would like to invite the Ministry of Prayer team to come up. And Dr. Sai, if you would come up and give us a closing prayer, that would be amazing. Here you go.
Truly, it is an amazing moment that we are here together. Let's just go before Source within ourselves. In this moment, I recognize that there is only one power, one presence, and there's only God. God in all things. God in me, God in those that I see, and God in all humanity. In this moment, we speak that we are blessed. We are abundantly blessed. And we're so thankful for this moment. Every single day, we will continue to wonder and wander and know that we are not lost. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Dr. Sai. Let's stand and sing our peace song.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
I know this in my mind.
I know this in my mind.
I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my body.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Go Chiefs.
Woo! Go Eagles. Go Chiefs.